Super excited to try the So Frugal Challenge, which is where you take a free pattern and you use fabric from your stash to create a new garment. Promoting frugalism, I guess. So I got 2 patterns printed at a local sewing shop that were free to download. This pattern is from George and Ginger. It's a top, and it's called the 40K Sway Top. This one is a pattern from Megan Nielsen. It's the Veronica pattern, and it is a skirt. I picked this one to print out. Let me check the square. So perfectly square here. I picked this one because it seemed pretty easy. And so this one just has a piece with the front and back. So you cut 2 on fold. And then it has an optional pocket here. And a waistband here. The sizes go from 0 to 20, so I'll probably go on their website just to make sure of the right size to cut. And so those are the 2 free patterns that I have, and I'm going to pick out my fabric. So this is my little stash bucket. It's filled to the brim, so I'll probably need another bucket soon. So looking for both patterns, I want to use stretchy knit for. So let's see if I have any of that available. This one is stretchy. I got this at a thrift store, so this is an option. This would be a cute skirt, I feel like. This might be for the skirt. Let's see. Oh, yes. This I got also from a local fabric store. And I have a lot of this, so I could use this for both of them if I wanted to. But it's like a tie-dye or bleach dyed effect fabric. Very stretchy, so that's an option. I think that's good. I think those 2 options will work fine for this project. Now that I have my fabric picked out, I'm going to cut out the pattern pieces. I looked at the size guides for both this one, the Megan Nielsen pattern, as well as the George and Ginger, and I'm going to cut out a size 6. I'm going to start with the skirt, the Veronica skirt, and I'm doing view C. So all I need to do is cut 2 of these on the fold and 1 waistband, or no, 2. Yeah, no, 1. Cut 1 of this. All right. So this pattern seems pretty simple. I have my 3 pieces cut out. This is the waistband. Do that later. And then I have the 2 skirt pieces cut out. First thing I need to do is find the curve. Oh, here it is. Put the 2 skirt pieces together like this, matching up the curves. On the side seams on either side of the curved point, gonna pin this together and then just sew the seam down with a 5/8 inch seam allowance, and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so I pinned both sides of this skirt. I'm going to use a ballpoint needle and probably will do a shallow zigzag stitch for the seam, even though it's going to be like a loose skirt, so shouldn't be any stretching, but I'll still use a zigzag stitch on my regular sewing machine. Next up is to sew this waistband at the open end, just like this, with right sides together. So I sewed that together. Now I folded it lengthwise, wrong sides together like this. Then I'm going to attach this to the skirt. Okay, I got the waistband attached to the main skirt with the seams lining up and the midpoint at the other seam. I'm going to sew around the edge with a zigzag stitch, leaving about 2 inches of gap for the elastic piece. Alrighty then. Sew the waistband and left a little bit of gap here. The elastic. So I didn't have 1 inch elastic, so I'm going to have to use 3/4 inch elastic and hope that nothing weird happens. All right, got the elastic in there. I got to be careful, since the hole is bigger than the elastic, not to let it twist in there before I'm able to sew this together, and then I'm going to even it out and tack it down along the seam so it won't twist. Here is the final result. The hemline is a little uneven. Maybe I didn't cut it carefully enough, but the seam are on either side here. I left the hem raw because it shouldn't fray, and I'll probably even it up a little bit. But I think it looks pretty good.